When I started my business when I was 16 years old, the first couple of months were pretty simple, but at some point I started to hit more successes because I was really dedicating to that journey. So at the age of 17, I already was making like 2K a month. At some point, I started making even more, which was very good for my age at that time. I started traveling, I started doing these amazing things. So I felt like I was on top of the world. I had everything at some point. But at some point, I started making mistakes in my business. I started spending more than what was coming in. And at that moment, when I was pushed back down to my knees, I also moved back from Amsterdam to the city that I grew up in.
As towards eternity, we need your support. We are a charity organization that aims to spread the message of Islam to the entire world in 10 languages. With your support, you can help people convert to Islam, give up harams, start praying, wear hijab, learn to read the Quran, and so on. And get your share from all these good deeds, inshallah. Donate to Towards Eternity and don't miss this golden opportunity.
I remember that Ramadan came up when I was like really at a low point in my business. I was really experiencing all these negative thoughts and Ramadan was there. So a few brothers said like, hey, let's just join us for iftar, let's have a meal together. And I really enjoyed that. We had conversations to deep in the night about the meaning of life. And that was all I needed at that moment because I was actually feeling really horrible of all of the things that I just experienced in my business and all of that. But they gave me so many insights and I was asking them very critical questions, but every question that I asked them was giving me more faith back in life. It was giving me more purpose, more meaning, and I started seeing the lessons that I actually needed to learn. So the other day after that, they said, hey, you can join us again for iftar. And I said, okay, but then I need to fast as well. I mean, I cannot join you for Ramadan every single day, but then not fasting. So I started joining them on fasting during the day. During the day, we started meeting up, having all these beautiful conversations. So at my lowest point in life, Islam, I mean, it's not the first time that Islam got introduced to me, but maybe that's all that I needed from Allah to open up my heart. Yeah, so the first Ramadan, I saw also a little bit as a challenge. So I was like, okay, if you're fasting, I want to do it as well, but I see it a little bit as a challenge. So just to have it done once in my life. And they were praying 5 times a day. Then I was saying like, okay, if you pray 5 times a day, I'm going to do meditation 5 times a day. I'm going to meditate. And if you're reading Quran, I'm going to read self-development books. I saw Ramadan also as a moment to just clean myself up and really focus on leveling up and bettering myself. Just like how the Muslims were doing that as well. But I was still not doing it for the religion or for Allah, but I was doing it for my goals at that time. But it was great. I learned a lot during that Ramadan, but I didn't accept Islam back then. I started to continue with my life. A lot of ups and downs happened again and again. And then next year, when Ramadan was there again, my Muslim brothers were texting me, hey, Ramadan is starting next week. Are you joining again? And I was like, why not? Because the Muslims at that time were actually the only ones I really had a close connection with, these brothers, just a very small group of brothers. I was like, if they are eating only in the evening, let's join them again. But that time I also said, give me a Quran. You can give me a Quran, I will read it a little bit. And I started reading them. I had a lot of questions. That moment, I started to have 2 feelings. One feeling said, hey, Islam is really interesting and I want to know more about it.